Hey guys, it's Chrissy and I'm here with the Shatter Me series book review. I just finished Ignite Me a few days ago and I decided to do a whole series review instead of just talking about Ignite Me because I think that it would give the series a lot more, I don't know, weight if I were to talk about the whole thing, because I did a review on Shatter Me and how much I loved it, and then I did do one for Unravel Me because I figured I'll just do the whole thing like a series. So here we are. Okay, so if you haven't read all of the books, I suggest could you please, if you want to go, that's okay, but I'm probably going to end up spoiling you because I'm talking about Ignite Me. So if you haven't ever read anything, then I don't really suggest you stick around. But if you don't mind being spoiled because you're never gonna read this, then go ahead, stay, enjoy, watch me fangirl. Yeah, okay. So, I have everything on my notebook and I hope I can read it without my glasses. Okay, so, I finished, a fun fact was I finished Ignite Me in one day. I started like late afternoon, I was able to finish right before dinner time. And then, another thing you guys should know is I did not read the novellas, so when I read Ignite Me, I was pleasantly surprised about everything that happened, even though I'm pretty sure people who read the novella were, like, they already knew what was going on. But I was just like, oh, I like this. I think this is nice. Yeah. So there you go. This is a review from someone who hasn't ever read the novellas. Well, the writing style was amazing. I really enjoyed the way she, Tahereh, still learning how to pronounce her name, but she's an amazing writer. And the way she wrote Shatter Me was so beautiful. It was like reading poetry, and it was so lyrical, and it was just so, like, you could imagine and you could feel what she was writing. And I love that in every single one of her books I could feel her, well, the poetic side of everything, and it was just so good. It was like that you could feel the emotions, that everything. And then, but it wasn't like it was so detailed, everything. I mean, this series pretty much flew by. It's a good series if you wanna get just something quick to read, but it's not like a deep political dystopian where, you know, like so and so does this and then the whole world changes and things like that. No, this is just a good, like, afternoon read if you have free time and if you're a fast reader. I was able to finish each book pretty quickly, especially the last one. I was so interested that it just flew by. Time just flew by. And then, so the world is basically, I think it's a dystopian where the sky is the wrong color, birds are no longer flying, food is scarce, and there was a nuclear thing that happened, so everyone's developing powers, either early in life or late in life, but everyone's like messed up, pretty much. Most people, actually. And one of those people is the main character, Juliet, who has the power to kill people by touching them. And she doesn't mean to, but it just happens. And because of that, she accidentally killed someone, so she's been in an asylum for most of her life, and she's so in her head and she's so scared of everything, and she's just like working on her journal and things like that until like the first person who walks in, it turns out he's from her childhood, and they fall in love and things like that. And then she's about to be used to her power. They want to use her power as a weapon and things like that. And there are just so many things about this book. It's hard to like go step by step. Please bear with me. So she falls in love with Adam, and then they escape to this place called Omega Point, where it's like a mini X-Men underground thing going on. And then basically it's like a superhero underground where they're trying to take down the reestablishment. I mean, that was really cool. But it just seemed like too big of an idea for the little group that they had. So I was wondering how they were going to develop that storyline, and it turns out they pulled like a Hunger Games in Unravel Me. It's like everyone's dead. I'm like, wow, you know, I really didn't see that coming, which is good because I didn't see that coming, but I was like, okay. And then for Ignite Me, like there are some survivors, and guess what? One of them's Adam, and then it turns out they're fighting. They ended up having a fight because like they broke up in book 2. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so that's Juliet. Okay, Adam, he's like I see why he was necessary in the storyline to sort of break her out of her shell, let her realize what love is, let her feel things and things like that. So she wants things all of a sudden to be free and things like that, not just feel trapped and be contented with being trapped. And however, he was sort of a good example of expectation versus reality, wherein he thought she was one way and she would stay this way. But then when she began to change and become more of a whole person, he didn't really like that reality. And then the third person, the third main character, wow. I mentioned, if you watch the Harry Potter book tag that I did, Harry Potter artifacts tag, yeah, you can see I gush about Warner, but I don't explain why. I like him because he supports her as a person. Like, he's very willing to protect her, but at the same time, he's alright with her making her own choices. And whatever she chooses, he'll be alright with it because she chose it. And also, he wasn't what he was originally... Like, he ended up not being what people thought he was gonna be. And I really like that because it was a steady character development, not like he was just going on one way and next thing you know, an abrupt change. No, it was just like we were discovering more of the person that was there that we just were not allowed to see in the beginning. And then, so those are like the 3 main characters. The other characters, I like them, but I don't really want to focus on them because I just want to focus on like the love story. Because I don't normally read like love triangles and things like that, and this series seems more about the characters than the actual whole plot about taking down their establishment and things like that. So it's really hard when I like a series because I just start ranting and going overboard. Okay, where was I? Oh right, the love triangle. Okay, so it pretty much turned out alright, but I think in the 3rd book, I can understand why her and Adam didn't work out, especially after, you know, that thing that he did where he was just so cruel. He wasn't being like mean or anything, he was being cruel. And man, like, you just can't go back from that. And yeah, like the way her and Warner got together in the end, I was okay. I like that because she had to discover for herself what love was, become her own like whole person first before she could, and discover that she had the power to choose, not just be with someone because it's their fate or their destiny. Like, you have to be with this person just because he can touch you. He's the only one who can touch you, so you have to be with him. No, like, she chose someone else, and I thought it was like amazing. And yeah, this plot didn't really seem like it was made just for like, it's not one of those wait, what's the word? Like, it's about we're gonna fight against the bad people and it will win. No, this was really more about like the person and Juliet as a person waking up and becoming a hero, not just to the people under this like tyrannic rule, but as as her own hero for her own self, because she didn't realize that she could have broken herself out of prison. She didn't realize that she was actually a strong person, but she was so in her head, she was just so afraid that she chose not to, and she didn't want to. So that was a good eye-opener, like at the end, and she became so much more sure of herself. And I really like that. This is just such a good series. And I know some people didn't like the last one, but that's alright because I can see how it became sort of like an abrupt change and all that. But I really think this is a good series, I recommend it to people who like quick reads. And yeah, my thoughts are just all over the place because I just loved this series. So if you guys want to talk about it some more, let's talk about it in the comments, because I'm running out of time. I'm just probably gonna rant about how much I love it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Bye!